Hello guys, so this is the first account boot camp that we're going to be doing. It's with Lolo Boy, I believe it's pronounced. Just call him Larry. Ya boy is his in-game name. We did do this over Twitch for about 50 minutes and then my internet just absolutely tanked and crashed and just went to shit. So I unfortunately I won't be able to finish it on stream, but I am actually going to be recording this portion of it. And I'm actually just going to start it from here since we did spend a lot of time. We spent about 40 minutes reruning some of his units. So we got his Chasoon down to speed, defense, HP. And we got it to, and then we got his Veligal, speed, HP, defense. Now, of course, the runes are less than optimal, but they should work. He's working on speed dragons, B10 runs. I do have him on Discord here. But unfortunately, my Discord's so bad that I had to mute my mic because, like, when I talk over the Discord, he can barely understand it, and I don't want it to be this constant confusion of a talk. So he did explain a lot of things that he wanted to get accomplished, though, and the main thing is to just farming faster and a stronger Dragons B10 team. Now, he did 6-star double Tarks, and of course, with his towers and whatnot, with his glory buildings, not maxed. I don't think it's going to work. You really need really good runes to do double Tarks, and you need strong, you got maxed towers on your water tower, your HP, attack, speed, all that stuff. You need it all maxed. So let's go ahead and test out the team that we're going for. We've got a Violent Chasoon. Now, of course, the HP looks low, but we did increase the defense. So this should be enough to survive. That's all. It doesn't have to be beyond crazy. You know, once we start getting our farming team down, boom, we're good to go. And then that way we can start working on speeding it up. So then Veligal, he's a little bit slow right now, but his slot 2 is not maxed, so that'll give 10 more speed, so he'll be up at 190 speed, which is good. He's max skilled. We're going to use him instead of Veramos, mainly because he can remove the buffs. Then we also got Theomars. Again, the attack is low, but we've got a really good amount of speed. His slot 4 isn't maxed, so that's another 20% crit damage. And his accuracy could be better. So, okay, yeah. No, Jesus, my internet just dropped again. And my internet's back up. Okay. Jesus, this is just fantastic. Okay. So, we got Theomars, we got Chasoon, we've got Veligal. That's 3 units. We wanted Vertihill. So we got speed, crit rate, defense. Not maxed, of course, but that'll be given. This right here will give us 7 more speed. So we could let's try to max this right now. And let's just see if we can get lucky within the first 10 tries. If we don't get it in the first 10, we won't bother with it. But you do try to get the slots 2, 4, and 6 maxed at the very least. Now I hope the quality of the mic isn't too bad. I'm not at my desk right now, which is where my my good microphone is, the Yeti. But no big deal. Gosh, I can't believe with the first account bootcamp series though, like my internet just got fried. So I'm gonna have to completely restart or reset my modem because I can't get it working. I tried resetting, or not resetting it, but I unplugged it for like 30 seconds, plugged it back in again, but it's just absolutely fried right now. I'm getting like, yeah, I can't even send messages or packets to the stream. Like, it doesn't even go. My video recording wasn't even sending over to Twitch. It was just a black screen, but they could hear my voice. It was weird. It was really weird. And we're not getting any upgrades. All right, let's try one more. Let's just try one more. See if we get lucky. Can we get lucky? Can we get lucky? Ah, I thought we were going to get that one. All right, so 7 more speed. He'll be up in the 200s. That's fine. I know I made a Vertihill video that you want him to be slower, but if you can't get him on Violent Revenge, having him on slower runes is kind of a pain in the butt. So we have him on speedier runes. He's got decent amount of HP, but good amount of defense to back it up. We will need to max some of these runes, or he will need to later. So let's go ahead and we go Vertihill, Chasoon, Veligal. We're going to go Theomars, and then we need one more unit. So that unit's going to be Chow. So let's go ahead and rune up the Chow. Okay, so now that we got him on Violent Blade, HP crit damage attack, I think he will be doing a decent amount of damage. He doesn't have enough speed, of course, but the Vertihill should at least keep him moving. He's got quite a bit of crit damage for not even having a slot 4 max. So he'll be up at 170 crit damage, which is pretty impressive on violent runes. That's pretty dang good. And of course, he'll have more than 23k HP, 24k HP. He'll be more up at like 25k, which is good enough, especially because he does have a self-heal. So let's go ahead and just test it out. Ooh, what do we got in shop? What do we got in shop? I'm not even on my internet right now on my phone. I'm on I'm not on Wi-Fi. I'm on the LTE. So yeah, it's a little bit bad in my situation. Okay, so we got Chasun, Vertihil, which is what we wanted, Veligil. You could use Veramos, but I feel like Veligil is just better for this role right now. And then we need Theomars. So let's see how fast it is. And depending on how fast it is, we can try different things. Now, you can use Megan as well in Dragon's B10, but I think with this team, it's really consistent. We've got constant immunity from Veligil. Uh-oh. Sekhmet? Bastet. Okay. Yeah, it's not bad at all. I like Bastet. So, we got Veligil keeping the constant immunity. I think Chow might need a little bit more crit rate later down the road, and he needs more speed, period. But with Veligil hitting pretty decently hard and Theomars hitting pretty decently hard, we got attack buff. We do need more defense break, unfortunately. I think it would be better to have defense break. Maybe it would be faster with Galleon. We can try that out as well. So after this run, we'll try Galleon in there. The main idea is to have Vertihil constantly keeping the team moving. We don't need Veramos to cleanse because we have Veligil cleanse and immunity. You know, why cleanse it when you can just prevent it being put on, period? Which is a good rule of thumb. So if you've got 3-turn immunity that cleanses like Veligil, yeah, right there, boom. Now you don't have to worry about it, period. So that's why I really like Veligil for this type of dungeons. My main problem with this, though, is that there's no consistent defense break. It's just dependent on Theomar's landing his defense break, which is a bit of a pain in the butt. And you do kind of need Vertihil to continuously keep moving, because the more turns that you give the enemy, the longer it takes. So it's not just about preventing enemy turns to stay alive. With this type of team, it's trying to prevent their turns because you want your turns, because any other turns that's not yours is just a complete waste of time. The main kind of problem with this is that there's really no buff removal as well for the boss. So having defense break right here is just going to get stripped. Wait, Chow, can you get your hit in? Boom, yes you can. Alright. So it's actually pretty fast. It's decent. It's probably going to be in the 2-minute range, maybe. Veligil's getting resisted on the buff removal, which is unfortunate. And we're not really getting too much damage dealt from Theomars. We might need to put on more crit rate on Theomars and then try out Galleon. If we do throw in Galleon, we'll probably need to throw in Beladion. And the main reason for that is because we have the buff remove, or we have the defense break and the buff, the attack buff, but we don't have the buff removal. So if we throw in Veligil in there, we got the buff removal, but not as much that's necessary for Galleon. So we can try different things like this, but this team right here, very consistent, very, very, very consistent. It's a little bit slow. We could probably replace Chow. A lot of it has to deal with dots, but the dots are not fast enough in terms of like the dragon getting a turn to inflict those dots. Which, it's not a huge deal, but it is kind of a big deal. Ooh, Chasun almost died there, which means the last 30% from the boss is really, really scary. You gotta be very careful, especially if Veligil isn't, yeah, right here. Okay, well, we didn't take a hit here. So that's scary right there. It's a good thing we do have Violent on him, though, so you can Violent proc into it. And the AI, sometimes, that's a little bit tricky. So 3 minutes. So it'll take 2 to 3 minutes with this team, which is good. We did have some kind of weak RNG there. He was using double Tarks, of course, so that's why his fastest time is 1 minute 17, but it wasn't consistent. It was very inconsistent, like 40 to 50% clear rate, which is really low. You don't want that. You really don't want that. So with this team, this would at least push you above the 90% mark. Okay, so unfortunately, I can't really talk to Larry right now, because my Discord keeps crashing because of my internet. It's just, the internet's absolutely tanked right now for me, my modem, or my router, whichever one it is. So unfortunately, we can't really get his input on how he would feel about a 3-minute team, but this works. I think what it would be even better is if we were to make Theomars have more crit rate. Having more crit rate on Theomars and having more crit rate on Chow would be nice. He goes up to 89% crit rate against the boss because he does get that 15% bonus, and then Theomars gets the 15% bonus no matter what. So it's an 85% crit rate. So that is good. Having Vertihil in there helps a ton. I mean, naturally, he's going to have a good amount of attack, and he's going to add a lot of damage into there. And having Chasun on this type of build is risky. You'll need to max these runes, mainly to get that more speed and more HP, because those dots that the left tower inflicts and during the last 30% of the dragon is very sketchy, because that dragon can one-shot you, and Chasun will be the first to go, being wind attribute, and of course having the dots on her. That's why it's important that we have that resistance up high, which we do. We're going to need to change some of the stats, but we do have a decent amount of crit rate, which means she'll be good for PvP, but he will need to switch her to speed HP to use her in PvP, because a lot of people do bring Lucian teams into Arena and into Guild Wars. So I'll continue to mess around with teams, but this is the basic gist of it. He wanted a consistent but faster team than the normal 5-minute clear times and whatnot. So a lot of it has to deal with having some type of turn increaser like Megan or Vertihil, having a healer, bringing someone that cleanses or puts on immunity like Veligil or Veramos, and then bringing 2 water nukers. So now we got Theomars and we got Chow. So that's the gist of it, guys. Hope this helps you guys. This was kind of a bit of a fail for the first account bootcamp because my internet just crashed completely. I don't even have internet right now. I can't even talk to Larry. So I'm going to shoot him a message on my phone, and I will get that situated with him. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll do more of these, obviously, on the Saturdays, and I'll make sure that my internet's not going to crash on me like this. But I'm going to have to cut up the videos and whatnot to make it more interesting, so it's not like 1 hour long of just reruning, zero talking, or little bits and pieces here. Or I can cut it up and make it like 10 minutes where it's just really short and concise, and then you guys view all of the points that I put in, and etc., etc. So, alright guys, I hope you enjoyed. I apologize to everyone that was there on the stream when it just crashed like that. Really inconvenient, especially for me, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time.